Okay, so here we're talking about Finley. Sorry for that. We're talking about Finley sailing on a low mode fast to the right, and we're talking about Patrick sailing on a high mode and getting closer to Joshua, who is also sailing on a low mode. Right now, how will this change in the future? Well, we will see what happens. You see how Finley is sailing faster and faster and faster, and Patrick is sailing slower and slower and slower. So what does it mean? Here you can see it very clearly, no? What does it mean, a low mode and a high mode? Well, here Patrick's sail, clearly the tail that is on his side is dead or moving too much, while Finley is making sure that the tail that is on his side is completely straight and flying good. I mean, he should be looking at it, and he's not, but he should be sailing on a way that his tail is super flying, and not killing the tail on leeward, not sailing with the sail too loose. I mean, maybe a little bit, but mainly being sure that his tail on his side is not moving like crazy. While you, to sail on a high mode, you need to trim your sail in, maybe a little bit, and then go with your tail just moving a little bit, moving up, moving down, moving up, moving up, moving a little bit more. That means sailing on a high mode, in which you will gain meters to against Finley. Now, like I told you before, we will see that the upwind mark is far on the right. So sailing on a high mode makes no sense, because this is a longer tack, and the longer tack you have to make it fast. You will see a difference. You can see Finley sailing fast, looking backwards, looking at his sail. He can still improve in his technique, hiking a bit better, like now. But he's sailing fast. And look where you are, and look where Craig is. Closer and closer and closer and closer. Yeah, so you're not only sailing on a high mode, you are also pinching a little bit. Yeah, because Craig is only getting closer, but also gaining meters to you. So look at Finley. Not his best tack, but he crossed far in front of you. Now, here is where both of you start making mistakes. Why? Because you see Finley, you see that the upwind mark is there. Finley decided to tack on the ley line, right? He tacked on the ley line. So both of you guys start to think, when shall I tack? Because the ley line is there, right? So when shall you tack, Patrick, and when shall you tack, Craig? Yeah, this is the biggest question, right? What do you think? Let's see what you decide to do. Okay, what happened then? This is where the cookie crumbles, right? So this is the moment of your tack. Let's go again in slow motion. Patrick thinks, okay, Finley's on the ley line, so I should tack, right? And you tacked, not even below Finley, but almost covered by Finley, right? Which is a huge mistake, Patrick. Why? Because you tack on this position, you tack before Craig, and you can never tack before Craig if you're in this place. Yeah, you will always you depend always on Craig. Why? Because Craig is measuring you, and Craig will tack on top of you. He wants to cover you, right? So tacking right now, it's the worst thing you can do. Now you don't have anything to look at. You have to sail fast, and wait until he decides to tack. There's no other option, and you will see later why. Look at this now. You are next to Finley in the start. You sail on a high mode. Now you are 2 or 3 boat lengths behind him, and now you choose to tack in a position in which you will lose during the last part of the upwind. Look, you tack in the ley line. Craig tacks on top of you, and you're covered by Craig, and Craig is covered by Finley. So both of you, thinking that you wanted to tack on the ley line, you went way too far, You tack way too soon, and look how you end up. Look at this picture. Craig, call right Joshua. Patrick, call right Craig. So, Pat, you are dead in this place in here. How can you anticipate that? Do what Jude do. Sail, 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 and be a little bit over the ley line. Look how nice, and this Finley is a great tip. Look how nice the fact that you are a little bit over the ley line. You are over the ley line, and then nobody could tack in here, so you're forcing them to be over the ley line too. So for you, listen, there's no reason to tack on the ley line. You did great in tacking a little bit over the ley line because you are pushing the whole fleet to sail over the ley line too, or to be covered by you. And Patrick, the opposite. You tacked way too soon, thinking that you were making it to a mark, and you ended up being covered, but all the boats were coming on your leeward. So you are sailing there, and you have all these boats coming here, and if you tack too soon, all of them, they tack on top of you, and you don't make it to the buoy. Hey, even more when what? When the current is pushing you behind. So when the current is pushing you behind, even more another reason to sail further to the ley line. Okay, you would lose maybe 1 or 2 boat lengths by being over, if you're over, but you will not lose 10 boat lengths by sailing cover as you are doing right now. So we have Finley, we have Joshua, and Nicken. Look at this. Craig didn't even pass a mark. So, Craig, let's go a little bit backwards. Why do you choose to tack right there? So, imagine if you would have continued right now. Huh? Imagine if you would have continued right now instead of tacking there. You would have avoided doing 2 tacks, and I'm pretty sure that you would have been closer to Joshua after the upwind mark. You made 2 tacks more. So you lost at least 3 or 4 boat lengths in those 2 horrible tacks that you just did. And okay, let's see what happened with Patrick. Let's continue following Patrick. Patrick is sailing cover by Craig. Now Jude is coming to Patrick. What do we see here? Who can tell me how do we call this boat? Let's see if you guess. Loser. Why? Because he is not releasing his main sheet when he points down. Guys, come on. Pay attention. You're killing your tail on the other side. You're killing your speed. Okay, so Patrick continues, sailing slower and slower and slower, losing more and more and more. Every second you wait to tack, you lose, 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 and now you decide to tack. Now your tack is really bad. Why is your tack bad? Not because you cannot maneuver your boat or because you're not good in tacking. Your tack is bad because you've been sailing for the last 15 seconds covered, Pat, and you have no speed, so your tack will never be good. So when should you have tack? First of all, here you should have waited for Craig to go. Craig, here you should have continued. Let's go on. Now, Patrick, now is the moment to tack. Right now is the moment to tack. Because you're losing, losing, losing. Look how close you are to Craig and how close you end up being to Craig. Here. You lost because you continue being in this position. In the moment that he tacks, you should have not tacked in the first place. But in this moment, you should realize, okay, shit, I have to go again. Tack, 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 tack. Losing, 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 losing. Jude pass behind you, losing, 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 losing. And in the moment that you choose to tack, look how far you are from Craig. From Joshua, sorry. From Craig. Now you are super slow. You tack again. Jude doesn't let you pass. In this moment, you should have tacked him because clearly, one more time, Craig is going to attack on top of you. Craig is going to cut. So when Craig tacks here, you're also going to be sailing in his dirty air, so you will not make it to the buoy. Cayman is coming over there. You will not make it to the buoy. Look, shit, the movie finished. But you're clearly not making to the buoy. You cannot tack. So, hey, you started in the same line or one boat length away from Finley. And now you are all the way back here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 boats behind and losing a lot. All because you choose to tag cover by Craig. How cool, right, to learn this. One mistake and it's 20 boat lengths. Alright? We go to Craig now. Craig, you choose to tag also too soon, and as soon as Joshua tags on top of you, the same as I said from Patrick, as soon as this happens, you need to know that you are not going to make it to the buoy. Even if now you are pointing to a buoy, because you are sailing super cover by Josh, you will end up being there. So as soon as he tags here, double tag. And why is it important to do it as soon as you can? The same as I told Patrick, because if you don't do it soon, your tag will be really bad because you have no speed. So as soon as someone tags on top of you, in the moment that you see him tagging, this will be right now, you should start your maneuver. When you see that he's tagging, you should start your maneuver right now. You think you'll make it, but look, you're sailing sideways. Sideways, 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 and you don't make it. Okay? And that's why your tag is so slow now. You wanna see it? Look at your tag. Boom, 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 boom. Super slow tag. Okay. So far, pretty good. Now the question is, how is it possible that this boat is all of a sudden in front of Patrick? How did Cayman made it to pass so many boats? What do you guys think? Let's move all the way back. Cayman now is 4th. Cayman now is, what was he? Cayman was 4th in the race, and look where he started. So Cayman, your first good decision was to tag as soon as you saw that you were not making a good start. Your first good decision, your start was really bad because you decided to accelerate like now. Cayman, your start was really bad because you decided to accelerate right now and sail super covered, but this was your first good decision. You tag boats, and very quickly you clear. You're clear, and you have clear wind. What is Cayman's next good decision? What is Cayman about to do right now? Look at him. There, he decides to tag. Now, why is this a good decision? Pay attention, guys. This is important. Yeah. Whenever you have the upwind mark here, right, and all the boats are sailing right, whenever you have the upwind mark here, and you're the right boat, but all of these boats are ahead of you, if you choose to wait until the ley line and tag, all the boats that are ahead of you will tag on top of you, and this one on top of the other one, and this one on top of the other one, and this one on top of the other one, and we continue. So when you have all these boats that are in front of you, beating you, and you're the right boat, you need to decide either to do as I was telling Patrick, that is this one, this is Patrick, to continue sailing, and being over the ley line. So you are sure that these boats, they tag in here, and in here, and in here, and you lose a few meters, but you are not gonna get covered by all of them. So either you choose, Cayman, to go all the way over, and you are over the ley line, which will be a decision, especially when the current is pushing you down, or you do exactly what you did. You tag way before the ley line. So when you tag way before the ley line, very soon, again, you have the whole area here for you to sail. So now this is a longer tag now, because you already set half upwind into the right. So now you have all the options here on the right, and this boat, especially this one that he's winning, he's not going to attack on top of you, because he's pushing all his opponents to the right. So the fact that you tagged before made you sail on clear air, while all of them, when they tag, they're not going to sail on clear air. And when you went to the left and you tag here, all of these boats, they slew down, tacking with each other, covering each other, making too many maneuvers, and that's why you recover a lot of meters. That's exactly what happened. Look, you're super far from Patrick. Look how far you are from Patrick. All this distance. Patrick cover, slowing down, slowing down, slowing down, slowing down. Super cover Patrick, super cover Craig. And just because you sailed with clear air, boom, you made it to Patrick. If you would have started to sail a little bit better, you would have crossed. Now I don't know what happened on this race. I don't know if you could cross or not. But look how many boats you passed on your decision of tacking sooner than the ley line. So as a conclusion, you either tack way too soon or you tack later over the ley line. Okay guys, I hope you enjoy this tutorial. There's a lot to learn from this, so watch it a few times if you need to, but be sure you pay attention and you write down these things, okay, for each boat. And I'm sure the same for Josh. Okay, we can talk about Josh a little bit. All the way on the right, if you would have tacked on top of Craig, he would have for sure been closer to Finley. Like we said, very clear on this picture, and with this I finish. Very clear on this picture. This one was a longer tack. So deciding to go all the way to the right first was not the smartest decision. Yeah?